Hi guys, welcome to episode 7 of Skyrim Mod Tour. I apologize for not making any videos for the past month. Month. But I got a new computer, and when I installed Skyrim and the creation kit had some issues that it took forever for me to fix. The Skyrim was the easy one. I just had to do a brand new ini file because I moved the one from my old computer over to this one, and with the settings on it, it made Skyrim look like the shadows. They didn't look right. So I just had to delete the ini file and then have Skyrim reinstall that file, and then Creation Kit is what took up, or is why I haven't been able to make any videos. But it would run for a couple minutes, and then it just completely quit working, and that's not enough time for me to do anything. It's also very, very frustrating, but it turns out that there was one setting in the Creation Kit's ini file that you have to change, and I don't know if it's just for Windows 10 or what, but I had to go in and change that. So I had looked it up on the internet, tried finding a solution to it, couldn't find anything. I messed around with the ini file and broke the program, I think twice, maybe 3 times, and I had looked it up once more, and I don't know what I did, but I changed something in how I worded the search, and it came up with a helpful result. So everything's back in working order. So anyways, on to the updates. I've done some work with the guards. Sorry. For the one-handed and two-handed guards, they will now have randomly selected primary weapons, and I did that by making a leveled list, and in place of their primary weapon there's that leveled list, so it will assign a random weapon to the guards. And now only the archers will have the enhanced crossbows. Everybody else have regular crossbows. And I've also added some guards to that tower over there, so now both front towers have guards on them. So, let's see. We've got a halberd. Let's see if any of these other guards have the additional weapons other than sword. Sword. Oh, right, these guys are all archers. Never mind, I have to go up here. But the majority of them will be halberds and swords. Like, you can see this guy has a great sword. He's got a regular sword. Sword. This guy's got a war axe. And yeah, he's just got a regular halberd, so that is just randomly assigned to him, so it'll be different every time they load. So I've also done some work in the dungeon, and more specifically the guardhouse. Yeah, guardhouse portion of it. And I've also added a prisoner, but you'll see when I get down there. Okay. Let's head down to the jail. So I've added a few new NPCs to the jail. I've added a few prisoners in there. Then I've outfitted the guard room so it's not completely blank down there. And I'll show you what I did when I get down there. Oh. I forgot. The stairway down is in this room. Let's see, what weapon do you have? Can't see. What about you? Okay. Well, I was gonna see if maybe you could see the additional weapons on any of those two guys, but anyways. So, I have added... Oh, yep, he's got a great sword. But anyways, I've added beds down here. I'll add a few more guards. Got a jailer.
And a lot happier with a belly full of mead.
Yes, of course. And I've gotten the elite guards to where they now wear their helmets. So let's head in here to jail. And for the entire keep, I decided to use these chandeliers rather than the regular goat horn, or goat horns. So I'm going to use these metal ones. I think they look a little bit nicer. So we've got two prisoners in here. We have this guy, and I don't know why his door's open. We've got most of these cells have at least furniture in them. Keep hitting the wrong button. And I have an interrogation room in here with
Need something?
Matinal Free Thief. And yeah, I believe those are the only two prisoners in here. I think I covered this, but anyways, if I didn't, I've got this room all done. I have, I think, only one guard in here right now patrolling, but there'll be another one eventually. So, I believe that's all for in the keep. So, I will see you outside. Alright. So I've gotten some basic home interiors done for, I think, about 6 or 7 houses. And they're nothing fancy. Like, if we just go in here, I'll show you what I mean, but they're pretty much a fireplace, a bed, yeah, see, fireplace, bed, table, chair, and a shelf, and maybe a rug or two and a chest. And when I actually have a person to put in here, I'll add more stuff in here and make it look like that person is living in here rather than just mindless drones. I kind of want it to be sort of unique to each character, so like if there's a hunter in here, there'll be a whole lot more animal heads and stuff in here. There'll be a lot more pelts and stuff like that. So that's stuff I'm gonna end up doing. But right now, they're just very generic homes. So I've also worked on a few of the NPCs. Like some of them were just placeholders, pretty much. They were a duplicate of the innkeeper, and they were just there to... all they had were the factions for their characters. For, like, the merchants, they just had their special factions, so... I have also started working on a curb for the city, and it starts... that's as far as I've gotten. It comes down this entire street, all the way along, like so. We'll head in here real quick, and just realized I still haven't named this shop. Oh, I probably should. You can see here that I now have Frohi Pure Sage in here, and
what do you need?
If you remember, she used to be in the house, which is right next door.
What do you need?
So, just making the town seem a a little bit more alive, slowly and slowly. We have the tuned tunic, which is something similar to Radiant, or Radiant Radiant, whatever it's called, up in Solitude. And for some reason, these display cases they don't have any of the clothing in them. Because when I linked them up to the spawn container, I don't know if I only did it halfway, if I didn't tell it to stay outside the container, I don't know what I did. But now, you can still buy them, but they don't appear out on the shelves or anything.
Yes.
You have another layer up here, which is... Another floor, which has a table, which has normally a bunch of stuff on here. I have to figure out why it's not showing up.
What do you need?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Oh, I guess I did work on him too.
Yes.
I still have to change a faction with him, though. Because I realized the vendor dialogue for the clothing store in Solitude is unique to those two NPCs, and their certain voice type, which I'm not really a fan of, because they're very cranky. But anyways. Let's see here. I've added quite a few sewer grates to the town, and they're actually linked to the sewer. And there's only 2 that aren't linked, so I think I left this one here for reference because it's really hard to see, but that's why there are no more floating markers anymore. So I have them all linked. I've linked quite a few of the stores up. And we'll show you real quick, but with my old computer, you couldn't see water. So maybe if I feel like it, I'll put in a picture of what these used to look like with my old computer so you can get a comparison. If I remember to do that, but now you can actually see the water. And for like the fountain up in the nesting house, you can actually see the water and the little sprays of water from the fountain. All looks really nice. So I'm gonna use a screenshot that I took a little bit ago, this thumbnail. So I've taken the dragon steel halberd and short sword, and I've made regular steel variants of them, and I've added the dragon steel weapons to the bandit leveled lists at around level 20. So when you reach level 20, you can start seeing, you will encounter bandits that have a chance of wielding the dragon steel weapons. I've also got this nice long road. I believe that was not the last episode, but the episode before the making of series. And then the last episode was the keep that guards the head of the valley. That's up here still. There it is. So if you want to see how I did the road and how I did the interior for this fort, you can go check out those 2 episodes of the making of series. So, there's not much for an interior. All I have done is the armory and the main hall, so I'll show you those real quick. Okay, so here we are. I've got this main room in here. It's just got a few tables, and your fireplace now has fire and a cooking pot. You have a small storage room. I decided to make the storage room a little smaller because it was a whole lot bigger than it really needed to be, so I shortened that up a lot. So you've got a little commander's balcony up here. And I don't know what I'm going to put under here. Head through here and you have the armory. I'm going to have to lower that a little bit. Man, how slow do those move? Anyways, you have your... Oh, seriously? Okay. But you have your armory with the armor laid out. And it's just the generic steel plate armor. And I think I'm going to have only the elite guards have dragon steel armor throughout the hold. Or hold, but the world or the whatever you want to call it. But everywhere else will have steel plate armor, at least for now. And major cities will have dragon steel. That might change, but I really don't know what's causing this to happen with the great swords on these weapon racks. Then you've got the rest is just empty rooms. Just bird's eye view this here. We'll have a bedroom here, bedroom there. Then the room I just opened up will be, I don't know, maybe a training room. Yeah, I think I'll have this room right here be a training room. You've got a door leading to the roof right here. And that's it for the interior. So, now we'll head to the nesting house. Or, not the nesting house, but the path that is the nesting house path. There we go, that's what I called it. I'll run up there and I'll cut when I get there. Okay. On my way up to the nesting house path, I realized that I forgot to show you the shipping company. And that's what this building here is. And this is going to be my version of the East Empire Company. You're not going to have... I'm not going to put the East Empire Company in this mod. I might have one office for them over in the docks when I actually get that part built, but the plan for this was to be a very scaled down version of that huge warehouse under Solitude. It's got all the junk that if you decided to, you could come in here, grab it all, and then take it and sell it and get some decent money. So that's what I did with this place. Yeah. Lost my train of thought here. Anyways. Yeah, it's just my version of the East Empire Company, and right here I'm gonna have some carts parked. Because you have to have a way to transport goods. And then this here will be another small barracks. And this street has the curb completely done in, so kind of quickly see how much of it I actually have done. And I'm putting in these, what the curb is made out of is these blocks pretty much, and they're from the Imperial texture set, and all they are is these blocks, and I have them sunk into the ground so you can actually walk over top of them. I don't remember what episode it was, but it was one of the first, I think it was first 3, when I had first started on the nesting house. I had actually planned on building the nesting house out of these blocks. But Skyrim was very unhappy with that decision, so I still have, I have the doorway that I made for the nesting house still there. But the majority of it is those dwarven walls. So. Up here in this outpost, up here in the pass between the valley that goes up to the nesting house, this valley, and everywhere else, I finally added in that house, the guardhouse. It's going to be a combination of a barracks and an inn. So we'll just head inside real quick. So you've got your food and everything else. Then you've got a very small bar. Then you've got a small forage area for the quartermaster. And you'll be able to rent this room. Then you've got storage room. Then you come down here, and you have where all the guards will sleep. So, this is something I just started the other day, so it's not finished, but almost. Whoa. Jittery. All I have to do is add these weapon racks so this will double as the armory. Then I think I have to nav mesh this a little bit more. Then obviously put the guards in here, and then this place is done. So we've got some barrels over here in the corner, and I have to figure out what I'm going to do in this corner. Don't know. Might just leave it blank. Or, well, not blank, but I might have some empty barrels over here. Actually, I think that's exactly what I'll do. So, let's see. I think that's it, actually. Whoa. Yes, that is it. So, for next week's making of video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it up to you guys what I do. Oh, come on. Okay, looks like I have some train issues to work out. But anyways, so what I'm gonna do is either I'm gonna do some work on the inside of the city, like adding plants, trees, maybe even show you what I'm doing for the curb. Or I could do finish working on the interior to that fort that's out on the beginning. Or maybe I could do some work on the train. So, option would be terrain, decorating the city with stuff like trees, or building the fort. So if you guys have a preference of what you would like to see in the next making of video, let me know down in the comments below, and if there's a majority, I'll do that. Otherwise, I'll just decide what I feel like doing. So let me know down in the comments below what you would like me to do in the next making of video, and like if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, and please leave me some feedback if you disliked it and tell me what I can do to improve. And if you'd like to see more, subscribe. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.